Happy New Year, people. Can you believe it? It's January, a new year, and maybe some new things you might need for your kitchen. I thought this week, we don't need to do a recipe. We've all eaten too much over Christmas. So let's talk about kitchen items. You might have some vouchers that you got for Christmas, not sure what to do with them. So this could help you out. So I thought, let's go through my top 10 kitchen items. It's appliances, it's things that I use all the time. Let's get into it. Okay, item number one. What I think is the most important of all kitchen items, a knife. Do you know what? It doesn't have to be the most expensive. I have my own set of chef knives that I take on jobs, but I don't use them all the time at home. These came free from the supermarket. They're a great knife, they do the job, but everyone should have, I would say, this will make it 11, but 2 good knives. A big one and a small one. These will cover nearly all of your jobs you need to do. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them, but the most important thing about a knife is that you keep it sharp. So I would suggest that you either have a steel or even one of them like draggy ones, They are really great to keep your knives sharp. But I would say that this is definitely my number one item, is a knife. Number 2, this guy, the speed peeler. If you don't own one of these, go buy one now. You can buy this, I think this one even came from like Kmart, but a great thing to have in the kitchen. This makes peeling potatoes, peeling carrots, doing all them kind of jobs, peeling beetroots, whatever it may be, so much easier. And if you only had 2 kitchen items in your kitchen, let it be a knife and a speed peeler, because these things are bloody great. Number 3, the Maurice. This guy, you might call him a spatula. This is up there with these 2 items. These are amazing. They're great for when you're mixing in a pan because you can really scrape away the bottom. You can get all the way around the edges. When you're making something in a bowl, you can scrape it all out, get out every last drop. These are just fantastic. Now, again, in my knife roll that I take on jobs with me, I have a fantastic heat-proof one, costs a lot more money, but this is still absolutely great. Again, got it in Kmart, think it was a few dollars, but honestly, such a great kitchen tool. Number 4, this guy, microplane. Well, that's the brand, but everyone calls them a microplane. These are fine graters. These are incredible for grating cheese, grating lemons, grating garlic, grating ginger, I mean absolutely anything. And it comes out super, super fine. I don't know whether you can see these tiny little teeth that are on it. They are honestly incredible. Again, this guy, not a microplane, which is the brand, own brand. Think I got it in like the supermarket. You don't have to get the super fancy ones when you're kitting out a kitchen, but it's just good to have a selection of these items. So I would say that this is number 4, but these guys are my top 4 kitchen items. Number 5, the probe, the thermometer, the absolute essential for anyone who is maybe a little bit scared of cooking, let's say chicken, or maybe pork, or even beef, but maybe you're cooking beef and you wanted to cook it to a certain temperature on the inside so it was nice and rare. These things are incredible. They are such a great little tool. They are so good for pastry work, meat work. Like, these things are absolutely incredible. And don't be fooled to think that even in professional kitchens, they don't use these. They are absolutely incredible. And again, you don't have to buy the super fancy ones which they use in the kitchen because they're expensive. This guy, again, hey, I think he was $15 from the shop. Didn't cost a lot, but they are a great tool for any amateur cook who maybe is a little bit scared of some items in the kitchen. Number 6, the hand blender. This thing, I mean, if you've watched any of my videos, I use it all the time. They are great. If you don't have a blender, you can make soups with them. You can use them for making dressings. You can use them for making hollandaise. You can use them to blend your tomato sauce. I mean, these things are absolutely incredible. And You can make a smoothie with them. Like, you can do everything that a blender would do, but it's also more versatile in the fact that maybe if you had only a small, let's say, NutriBullet blender, you can't really do hot stuff in there because it will friggin' explode all over the place. You know, you don't have large amounts of volume, but this you could stick in a big pan and blend every single item that is in it. So if you're looking for a new kind of blender, I would always suggest a stick blender because they are just wicked. They're so versatile and they can do so many jobs in the kitchen. Number 7, a bowl. Now, it might seem stupid, but I tell you what, one good bowl will make the world of difference when you're making things. You know, you can get your hands in there, you can mix it all together. I would say if you could have 3 bowls, that would be optimum, but definitely one good medium-sized bowl will always serve you well in the kitchen for so many things. So if you're looking to get a bowl, go for a fairly good size medium one, and it will kind of do all the jobs either side. I mean, again, of course, I've got several bowls because sometimes I'm making huge quantities and other times I'm making little tiny ones. So, you know, you can go out there and get all 3 or 4 or 8, but if you did just have one, you could probably get it from the second-hand shop. It wouldn't break the bank, and it's a great investment for the kitchen. Number 8. Now, everyone has pots and pans in their kitchen, but if you are an aspiring home cook, then I would always suggest that you get one good pan, preferably with some handles that are made of metal so it can go in the oven, that has a good fitting lid. If any of you have watched my channel for a while, you will see that many of my pots maybe don't have lids. They are ill-fitting, they are a bit of a mishmash, but this is one that does have a proper lid. You can put on the stove and you can put in the oven. They really make the world of difference because you can do so many more things in them. They're absolutely great, but the only reason that it's up there on the list is because I think that these in order are probably the most useful. But if you've got all of these items and you're looking for something new, well then get a good pot. This is a 4-litre pot. That's a really good size for a family, and it has a lid, and you can make everything in it. Number 9. We all know this guy. It's my Robsy. It's the air fryer. You know, again, if any of you have watched this channel for a while, I love using this thing. It is a great kitchen appliance that does so many jobs, and often, like I've said before, cheaper to run than heating up your whole oven. If you are 2 people that live in a household, this is a banging appliance that will save you a little bit of money and can just cook incredible things because of the way it does it. So this is what you're using your Christmas vouchers for. But you don't have to get a brand one. Before this guy, I think I had one, again, from like Kmart, Primark vibes. It was the equivalent of like 30 English pounds, and I promise you, it did the exact same job. It still lives a life at my friend's house, and it was only because my partner bought me a new one that it went on and lived a life somewhere else. So if you are looking to buy one kitchen appliance, get yourself an air fryer. They are honestly freaking great. And if you're looking for any air fryer videos, I've got a whole selection of them. The playlist is tagged up here, never can remember which side, here somewhere. There's like a million things you can do in air fryers. You can make eclairs, you can make, you know, cookies, you can cook soup bases. I mean, honestly, the list is friggin' endless. Go watch some videos and tell me what you think, or tell me, have you got an air fryer and what do you cook in it? Because I always want to know what is happening in these things, because I just think they're just a great appliance. Instead of having to use your whole oven, if you don't really need to. So he's at the top of the list only because he's expensive, but he's definitely one of my favourite kitchen appliances, not items. And then finally, number 10, the Mandoline. Not an actual mandolin, but this is what they're called. It is a fine slicer. This goes with me on every chef job that I possibly do because it's great. You can do super thin slices of stuff. But it's at number 10 because I don't know if they are the most important thing that you should have in the kitchen. You know, a knife, a peeler, a spatula, they really are. But if you're looking for something new, or you've got a friend or a family member who is a banging cook, get them one of these. They are friggin' great. You do have to be careful with your fingers on them though, because they are very, very sharp. But what's also great about these is when you buy them, you actually get another inner little blade which has prongs on it, so you can cut like things like carrots in really cool strips and stuff like that. I mean, they are honestly so good. And that is all we're going to talk about this week. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in each and every week to see what is happening here at Dishes with Del. Leave me a comment, let me know if there's something you want made in this coming year. I always love to hear from you. Let me know and I'll get back to you, or maybe you'll see the thing that you want made in one of my videos coming up. I'm gonna let you relax. Maybe this might be one of your last days of your holiday break, so enjoy it, and I'll see you all next week for some delicious yum food here in January 2025. Love you all guys, and I'll see you soon.